Well, there is what you might call the immediate concern, and then there's the long-term concern. I won't address the long-term concern because that will take us, I think, too far afield. I do feel, just briefly, that your generation, the young people in the audience, your generation is facing three unprecedented challenges, or two of the three are unprecedented. The third one you're facing in the most severe form. Number one, my generation obviously had no awareness of the problem of climate change. So that's new to your generation. Number two, my generation experienced relative economic prosperity for all except maybe 20% of Americans, what came to be called the other America. Your generation is just the reverse. 80% of your generation has no future. Your generation has a precarious present and a futureless future. There's about 20% in my generation who didn't experience the prosperity. There's about 20% in your generation that is experiencing the prosperity. So that too is unprecedented. Number three, there's the danger of nuclear conflagration, the annihilation of the planet. Not because of climate change, but because of nuclear weapons. And right now, as we speak, there is a very high possibility, I won't call it a high probability, I'm going to say a high possibility, that both in the Ukraine and the current conflict in the Middle East, it will climax in the termination of the human race. So I believe that your generation has very significant challenges that it has to confront if it wants to have any future. That having been said, on the specific question of what's going on now, I believe the two demands have to be very simple and winnable. And the two demands have to be an immediate ceasefire, number one, and an end to the blockade of Gaza, number two. Those have to be the immediate demands in order to prevent what at this point seems to be a genocidal plan by the state of Israel. All you have to do is connect the two statements that were issued on October 8th. Number one, Prime Minister Netanyahu stated that this was going to be a long war, longer than the previous ones. Now, Operation Protective Edge lasted 51 days. That means at a bare minimum, at a very bare minimum, we're talking about 51 days plus. Number two, the defense minister stated that no water, electricity, fuel, or food would be admitted to Gaza. No water, electricity, fuel, or food. If you connect those two statements, it means that the population of Gaza, 2.1 million people, of whom 1 million are children, will not have any access to food, water, electricity, or fuel for a bare minimum of 51 days. And I don't think it can be rationally contested that what Israel announced on October 8th was a plan of genocide. So the two goals have to be immediate ceasefire and the blockade.